There is a lot of updates for Chapter 4 of Fortnite, and today I'm going to be running through all of them and summarizing them for you so it's pretty easy to understand what is going on. Before we get into the video, just need to thank the sponsor. We don't have any. So please use code ONY when buying the Chapter 4 Battle Pass. It does go a long way helping out a small creator. And yeah. First things first, the game has updated its rendering engine to Unity 5.1. Essentially what this means is just better graphic settings. We're going to have reflections, we're going to have a lot more better stuff to do with lighting. The game's going to look a whole lot better for everyone. But bad news if you run on a bit of a lower end PC, you're probably going to want to look to be upgrading soon, as you won't be able to run all these super nice features. Yes, performance mode is still going to be available if you play in competitive manner. Obviously you want to keep performance mode on, but if you want the game to look a little bit nice as well, there's a bit of a trade-off here. As a side note, if you do currently run Fortnite on Windows 7 or Windows 8, you're going to want to upgrade your PC as soon as possible. The minute the next season of Fortnite comes out, when Chapter 4 Season 2 comes out, these systems will no longer be supported and you'll no longer be able to play on those systems. This is the first step of Fortnite getting rid of old gen consoles. Whether or not they'll do this for PS4 or the older Xbox Ones is kind of up in the air considering how low the amount of sales is for PlayStation 5, but probably in about 2 to 4 years time, that might become an issue then. At the moment, I wouldn't worry about it at all. So we have a whole new island and a whole new map, and there's a bunch of new locations. We have the Citadel, which has been shown in the trailer, and there's been a few other images leaked here and there, but nothing that's super substantial, and it's better to check it out in game. And I will be making a lot more videos about all the changes, so make sure you subscribe down below for a lot more Fortnite content for Chapter 4, and if you want to check out this stuff in more detail. We have Anvil Square. This reminds me a lot of Happy Hamlet, but it's got a Witcher 3 vibe. It looks really nice. I think this is going to be one of my favorite drop spots for sure. The Citadel, I have a feeling this is where you're going to get the Shockwave Hammer as well, which is a new mythic item, which I'll talk about in a little bit. You have Brutal Bastion. This is a massive POI inspired by Doom. These are some stuff that I talked about recently when I was talking about what I expect for the new season, what I would love to see for the new season, and I was talking about POIs inspired by collabs, and this is exactly it. We've gotten that for Witcher now and Doom, and that's pretty cool because there's a lot of cool environments and a lot of other video games. If they can add those other environments into Fortnite, that's very cool. We also have snowballs in the way as a side note. Now this is an old mechanic in Fortnite. This was in Chapter 1. Essentially you can build up snowballs and roll them into big balls, and then you can jump into them and run them into people. I think it does damage, not 100% remembering, but it does give people ice feet as well. I don't know if they're going to change that. And you can also jump out of areas and stuff. It's a good way to knock people back or to separate a team essentially. We have Frenzy Fields, which is nice. It's nice to have a really nice, bright, vibrant farm in Fortnite. This looks like a lot of new green textures, which is a little bit weird to say, but compared to how Fortnite has looked in the past, this looks like it's bringing some life back into the game. Now we have this new item in Fortnite altogether called Kinetic Ore. You can get this at the Shattered Slabs mining facility. Now apparently when you get this, you can pull off physics sorcery to strategically attack your opponent. We're not really sure what this means because this is the only wording that we've been given for this. This may be tying to AUGMENTS, which I'll get into shortly, which is perks in Fortnite, or it may be tying into a whole new thing altogether that's just going to be like a new item that you can use, but you have to obtain it a specific way. We also have a dirt bike or a motorbike in the game called Trial Trashers. Now do note, these are not in competitive, so if you play competitive Fortnite, don't be worried about people rolling up on you on these bikes and kind of ruin the competitive meta. In the trailer, it was shown that you can use your gun while using this. It looks like you slow down a little bit, you can pull out a shotgun, which is cool, because I've been wanting to have a vehicle where you don't have to swap seats in order to use weapons for a while. Let's talk about reality augments. These are essentially abilities or perks. Now, if you've ever played a game like Valorant or Overwatch or Apex before, it's essentially very similar, but you don't pick it going into a match. You don't have like one teammate has this perk or one teammate has this perk and everyone else can't select everything. The way that this works is that while playing the game, you get given 2 random ones. There's a total of 22 different perks. Now Fortnite for some reason hasn't explained what all of these are, but I assume there's 22 because it goes 1 of 22 day 1. So these are the day 1 reality augments. Day 1 reality augments I assume tie into Chapter 4 Season 1. I assume we'll have day 2 reality augments when Chapter 4 Season 2 rolls out. This is assumption based, by the way. So one of these perks at the moment means that you can reload guns faster when they have light ammunition when you have them. One of them gives you a mechanical explosive bow and a mechanical shockwave bow. That one seems a little bit OP to the previous one, but I guess it takes up inventory spots or something like that. So it's going to be something that's really, we're going to have to try out the game and see how it works. There's a whole new mechanic. So don't dog on it yet because it might actually be really good. We also have redeploy being one of them as well. So if you're in the air, you can't take fall damage. Essentially, you can just pull your glider and you'll be sweet, good to go. We have a supercharged one. This one's for vehicles. This one means that you can't run out of fuel during that time and that they'll have increased health. I really like this one because I think vehicles have always needed a buff for a while. And we have soaring sprints. This one essentially allows you to jump much higher than before, and you'll have low grav while doing it as well, so you probably won't be taking fall damage with it. Now, you can have more than 2 of these perks at once, because there is a total of 22 of these perks. Essentially, the longer you're alive in the match, the more of the perks that you'll collect, the reality augments, that's what they're called reality augments, until the match is over, and you should be able to switch through them. So this is the part that's confusing that we're gonna have to grind out and figure out together once the servers are online. My game's still currently updating, is that you get given 2 random ones, but then the longer you're in the match, you get more of them. So do you get to use all of them throughout that, and you gotta cycle through them, or do you make 2 of them active and then you can use those ones? That's going to be something we have to figure out together. We also have a new mechanic in the game for movement called hurdling. Now this is not going to be changing the game a lot, similar to the way that we had mantling and sprinting and sliding and also swimming in the game added in previous chapters. I don't know why the GIF is not loading, but this is what it looks like here. Essentially what hurdling is going to be doing to the game and how hurdling is going to be changed in the game is it's going to be more fluid. Now I don't know if you noticed, but especially towards the end of last chapter when they updated mantling, it kind of looked like not Epic Games style. Like you would mantle stuff and it would look buggy, it would look choppy, it wouldn't look smooth and stuff. So the more that they add these new animations, the more that movement in Fortnite is going to look more fluid, it's going to look more AAA, more going to look like that it's made by one of the best gaming companies in the world. So essentially this is just going to make the game look more smooth. Now these small walls that you can hurdle over, you could jump over in the past, but this looks like it's not going to affect your momentum. So you should be able to just sprint at it and then you can hurdle over it and your momentum should continue. So that should be a good one, especially with it tying into some of the perks that are going to be coming out. We have a bunch of new items in the game as well. What all of these items do to their extent and how they play out, it's going to be something we have to experiment with. But we have the Excalibur rifle. This is a semi-automatic rifle, fires a ballistic blade at your enemies and detonates mere moments later. So this seems like it's going to be like the Klinger sniper rifle. So essentially you shoot something at it and then it blows up, but it's going to be shooting a blade at them. So it's going to look a lot cooler, it's going to sound a lot cooler. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be pretty sick. I assume it's going to have some type of mechanic as well. If someone comes too close to you, that you'll be able to just use the end of it and stab them with it. We have the new Thunder shotgun. We have 2 new shotguns in Fortnite. This is a pump action shotgun. So we have a form of pumps back. Hooray, celebrate. It's not the striker, it's not the official old school pump. But yeah, it deals high damage and it shoots 2 rounds at a time. So a bit similar to the 2-shot, a bit similar also to like a nerfed version of the drum. I assume this is going to be your high damage, great for editing shotgun in Fortnite. We have the Marvin auto shotgun as well. This looks like the tack. If you literally chop out this red bit, that literally looks how the tack used to look. This is an automatic fast firing shotgun that does moderate damage and it does pretty decent range. So if you're someone who prefers that bit more of a spammy meta and stuff, try this one out. Really, these ones are gonna have 2 different play styles. This might work very well. We haven't had an automatic shotgun that's played out in Fortnite that works super well in build mode in the past few seasons. The Evo Chrome shotgun was pretty good, but the best auto shotgun that we used to have was obviously a drum that was just broken. But the tack, when you had a high variant of the tack, you could just shoot a wall twice, bang bang, and get through a wall and then just be in someone's face. If this shotgun does good damage to builds, this could be pretty meta, but the Thunder shotgun obviously is going to do high damage. This is going to count into playstyles. We have the Red Eye assault rifle. Now this from the trailer sounded a bit like the Ranger assault rifle, but it's got a red dot scope, so that is kind of good. I'm looking forward to trying this one out. I do like first person guns in Fortnite, so this one should be pretty exciting. We have a new SMG. Now this looks kind of scary because it looks like the Combat SMG. The Combat SMG was very overpowered. It has 2 mags in it. It's a fast firing SMG. There's double magazine for extra fast reload. Hopefully it's not too overpowered and it balances quite well, but I'm excited to try out a new SMG because the last season's SMGs weren't fantastic. We have a new pistol as well called the Tactical Pistol. There's nothing really stated about this one except saying it's a brand new firearm that has serious firepower. It's got some really nice little graphics on it and I'm excited to try it out. Now we have 2 mythics that are going to be coming to Fortnite. We have the Shockwave Hammer. Now that GIF is also not loading, so we'll show it on Twitter here as well. So you can hit the hammer to launch yourself, and then when you launch yourself towards people, you can hit them with the hammer to do extra damage. Now we definitely knew melee items were coming to Fortnite based on how they're making these changes in creative. I'm really excited to try this out. It looks like it's going to be a fun item. I don't think it'll be super OP because it'll be a little bit hard to direct and stuff, and you'll probably be able to beam the people in the air when they're using it. But it looks like it's going to be a fun one nonetheless, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. We have another mythic as well, and this other mythic that was shown in the launch trailer for this season, and that is Deku. So if you don't know, My Hero Academia is a fantastic anime, and it looks like Deku has his punch where he wields all for one, and he hits a massive punch and destroys a bunch of builds and does a bunch of damage. This looks like it's going to be an absolutely sick mythic to use in game. I doubt it will be out right away. This is probably going to be out when the My Hero Academia collab launches. Should be super fun. Very similar vibes to the Dragon Ball collab. We have a bunch of new heals in Fortnite as well, and there is some that aren't even listed on this page. We have slap berries, we have slap juice, and we have these new jellyfish. What Fortnite doing here is they're simplifying the healing pool. Now, there's probably going to be some of the old heals still in the game, but having these all have similar names, so it's easier to determine that they work in a similar manner. It's going to help out new players a lot. So slap berries are berries that will give you health. I assume these are going to give you white health and as well as shield. It's going to give you both. Gives you a short-term unlimited energy regen, so you can like sprint pretty much unlimited until that little effect wears off. The juice works exactly the same way, but is more effective. This will probably be found in chests and stuff. This will probably be found in bushes. Now, on top of those two slap items as well, we have a slap barrel. Now, slap barrel, I assume is going to give you a lot of health for that, or it's going to be something similar to just like a slurp barrel where you can get your teammates on it and you can hit it. This might be a massive one, however, that gives you full health. Gonna have to go into a game to see how that completely works. Do note the juice one works exactly the same as the berry one, but it just lasts longer for the sprint and gives you more health. These jellies are flying jellyfish in Fortnite, and they do give you health, and they give you a non-grav bounce effect as well. This will probably just give you shield, I assume, but it could give you health also. So just, you can jump into them in the sky. I doubt you have to pickaxe them or anything. I assume it's just contact, and then you should have some no grab or some bounce effect. It should be pretty good. We have loot drones back in the game. Now, this is an old feature. This was in chapter 1. They're really good. Essentially, these are drones that you can shoot out of the sky, or you can land on and pickaxe. Do note you can take fall damage if they're too high up, and it will drop you good loot. It's typically purple or gold loot, so epic or legendary loot that you get out of these. These will move locations every single match. The way that you'll be able to tell where these are is you look at your map and there'll be an indicator of a location being different in that game. The way it used to be shown is your location's name used to have a big circle around it, a transparent circle, and then it used to be highlighted in yellow. Whether or not they've taken the same design or not, we're gonna have to figure out shortly. But essentially, if you land at these locations, there's gonna be a lot of these drones, a lot high chance of getting high tier loot. So this is where if you wanna fight lots of people and have good loot off spawn, this is where you wanna be going. And essentially, it's just gonna be like a fun new way of having hot POIs. On top of this, we have this new thing called claiming your territory as well. So if you stay in a POI longer enough, your team's banners will go up in there. So it's a bit like capture the flag to extent. Once you have this location marked, or you have this location captured, chests and opponents will be marked in that location. So you'll be able to see chests through walls, you'll be able to see opponents through walls. So essentially, people are going to be able to camp locations in squads, and you're not going to be able to roll up to those locations because people are just going to see you through walls. If someone takes a location and you want to attack them, it's going to be very hard to do it. And you're going to have to do it from the outskirts with snipers or whatever in between. Not sure if snipers are in the game, I assume so. There was a lot of competitive patch notes. I'm going to be linking this down in the description below. There's a lot of other stuff in the description below. Also, if you want to join, become a channel member to support me or check out the Discord or anything else, that would be cool. Also, there's 2 of the reality arguments that are not competitive. Also, the trial trash is not in there. I talked about that earlier. So the supercharged one, this is the one where your vehicle has unlimited fuel and essentially has more health. And tricked out, we don't know what this reality argument does yet, but that won't be in competitive. If you want to see all competitive notes, check out the link in the description. And yeah, that's all the updates that we have for Fortnite right now. I'm going to be making a lot of videos, how to use guns, where to get stuff from, everything else in between. So stay subscribed to check that stuff out. Leave the video a like rating and subscribe and comment down below to help the channel grow. And please use code ONY before buying the Chapter 4 Battle Pass. It does go a long way.